Trudeau's resistance to border security is linked to Chinese fentanyl network in Canada. In this video, I'm going to share with you a breaking story that's as shocking as it is fascinating. You might be wondering why Justin Trudeau and our Liberal government are fighting the US on tariffs rather than just tightening up the border like Trump is asking. Well, the answer might lie in a complex web of international crime and corruption that's been a long time in the making and largely hidden from public view. An investigative journalist and author of a new book entitled Willful Blindness, Sam Cooper has revealed how Canada has become a hub for the Vancouver model of money laundering and drug distribution, which could easily explain why there's such a resistance by the Liberals to reinforcing border controls.
Vancouver has become a production hub for China and a transshipment hub for fentanyl precursors, to the point where it's now established Canada is a fentanyl exporter nation. This gets to what Donald Trump is saying. It's hard for many people to believe that Canada could be put in the same category as Mexico in terms of endangering the United States with fentanyl, with illegal immigration and human trafficking.
Cooper's findings suggest that the Chinese state and criminal networks have deeply infiltrated Canada at the highest levels, including the government, and are using our cities to launder billions in drug money. This not only inflates our real estate market, especially in Vancouver, but also explains why Prime Minister Trudeau might be reluctant to clamp down on these activities, because it could disrupt significant financial and political interests. It means that the very people elected to serve us may just be serving China instead. This is bigger than just a trade dispute over tariffs. It's about national security and geopolitical strategy, with fentanyl being described as a weapon in what some call an opium war in reverse.
What they have is these basically ancient triad societies, very sophisticated, tightly knit Chinese organized crime that launders criminal cash around the world in very sophisticated ways without it necessarily going through bank transfers. This was connected to, China's influence operations as well.
Sam Cooper says the money laundering is so sophisticated, intertwining with legal businesses and real estate, creating a vast network that reaches into the highest echelons of Canadian politics and business. President Donald Trump has pointed to Canada, Mexico, and China as the source of the fentanyl crisis. His push for tariffs are seen as leverage to force action on a problem where the Liberals have either turned a blind eye or are thoroughly corrupt. But what does this mean for the average Canadian? It's not just about economics. It's about safety, affordability, and the integrity of our nation. The human cost is evident in places like Vancouver's downtown east side, where addiction and death from fentanyl are rampant. And the drugs don't just stay in Canada, they're spread significantly to the US through an unprotected border, and it's fueling a huge North American drug crisis. But rather than do anything about it, all we hear is how the Liberals are trying to unite Canadians against Trump. Come on. Have we all of a sudden forgotten what the last 9 years under Trudeau have really been like? You should know that Sam Cooper, who broke this story, has faced significant threats for doing so. The story of fentanyl in Canada is something we all should be talking about, and it's time we opened up our eyes as to why our government is more focused on trade disputes than on actually securing our borders. Could it be they can't? Could it be that China won't let them? Make sure you click the thumbs up button and subscribe so you can stay tuned into this channel for more information about this and other stories that affect Canadians and their finances. Because it's your money.